Hello and welcome back to Star Wars The New Balance Season 2, Episode 6. Normally I would ask for a recap, but considering that it's been about 2 weeks, I'm going to do my best to give a recap. And for future reference, I am still under the effects of a general anesthetic, so I apologize if I say anything loopy. Last time we were playing, we dealt with the aftermath of running away from Apalox. We did manage to get Rote into the back to tank after some very brief and kind of intense conversations with Rote. We also went and explored a unknown power signature on the other side of the planet. That didn't go very well. After dealing with a trip mine, a minigun, and then boarding the ship, for the first time that I've seen in almost any game, Lestara, played by Cedric, managed to roll 2 despairs, causing the ship to self-destruct. 2 players were caught in the blast. That would be Maud and Tara. And, well, they eventually got to become awake. It just took a little while.
We did survive.
Did survive, thankfully, but you do still have your critical injuries on. Everyone still has those.
Yep.
Cider got very frustrated and did a force heal way past its limits, stormed off, and after a brutal funeral ceremony where I stabbed everybody in the heart and then twisted the blade, we showed up at the Founders Festival, and while Cell was walking around with her girlfriend, a shot in the dark came flying out, hit her in the back, and she fell over. That is where we stopped.
I forgot that's where we left off.
Yeah, that's where we left off.
I forgot about that.
However,
oh man.
However, you guys can't make me laugh too much. However, we're going to back up a little bit, as there was a role play that was meant to do in the off time. We never got the opportunity to do so. So we're going to tackle it now, so that way we can allow the story to progress. Cell. Or no, not Cell. Cider.
Yes.
You've been walking around as a matter of fact, before we do that, sorry. Can I have everyone please roll Destiny?
Yes. Got it, my friend.
Thank you.
Beep.
Boo da bo dee ba boo da ba dee na na.
All right, starting the session off a little better. Hold on.
Do you also want to roll, Geo?
Since
we're missing like 2/5 of our team.
Well, I see Gisele and Maud rolled.
I'm
I'll
just playing her. For
no. That's fine. I'm okay with that. You know what? I'll roll one just for Rote's sake. Also, Javen, you're below 60, right? Or no, you're below 70, right?
Yeah, but I'm 69, so I'm 1 below.
Okay, which means you don't get the extra blue. Okay.
Oh, the extra light side token only comes in if I'm above 90. So if I'm
really
like super, yeah.
Okay, okay.
No, I think it was 81.
All right, give me a minute. I can settle this.
Because Green was at 81 or 87 when we ended.
Well, and in the Edge of Destruction campaign, we were my character was nowhere near 90. I wouldn't stop stealing shit.
Yeah, well.
And Quinn was just a very good boy.
Quinn can
Yes,
fucking
Quinn.
die.
True. He was a very good boy.
I wanted to stab Quinn. Um,
Light side paragon. Yeah. What equates to a light side paragon?
words cannot determine how much I did not like Quinn. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
let's
it's,
see.
71 or higher.
Yeah,
according
71 or
to-
higher.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you just fell below, Javen.
Okay. Well,
I kind of like that Cider's a light side paragon. I think that's actually really, maybe not telling, but I think for this campaign, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. I'm also not gonna do a morality check considering we've only got 3 players here, and I see that Javen is muted. I guess he's dealing with something right now. But once we get more players in with more moralities, I'll be able to do a morality check. But for right now, it's always going to be on Javen's morality.
No
I was
worries.
wondering if I need to check with you because I guarantee you, if we're tracking Cell's morality, it took a tank.
You killed a person in prison. Like he had no way to defend himself.
Yeah.
Like that's a 10 regardless.
Yeah. No rolling for it.
No.
Hey, I never said Cell was a moral person.
You didn't have to. I'm not, dude. I play how you want. I'm not mad at you or anything.
No.
I'm honestly just shocked that I rolled as well as I did for my conflict.
That was an impressive roll that week.
Very,
All right.
Very needed.
Yeah. Well, Nolly had one of those too, so.
So,
Mhm.
Cider, you're kind of walking around. You're talking to a couple of people. You're not really saying goodbye, but you're trying to say goodbye without really saying goodbye. You come across Father Yuki, who you can see is still pretty battered and pretty exhausted from not only the introduction to the Founders Festival, but also from just all of the force healing that he's been doing lately. He is, you can even see it on his face. He just looks tired.
Mm. I would approach slowly, and when I see that he notices me, I would go down on my knees and bow with my palms to the ground and apologize.
Now, what's that for?
I went overboard and I shouldn't have done what I did, and I apologize.
You have nothing to be sorry for, my son. You are merely trying to help your friends. It is a natural reaction.
How are you doing? Are you feeling any better?
I haven't had to do this much healing in probably over a decade. I must say that you and your friends have certainly brought excitement back to Lothal.
I smile kind of guiltily and go, well, that was actually something I wanted to talk with you about.
What's on your mind, Cider?
Father, I don't know if I can come back to this village.
Oh?
Ever since we got back, there's been danger, and well, I'm afraid that this is only going to be the beginning of it. So, combine that with the fact that what I was told in the caves, in reference to where we were sent for the coronation, I guess. I forget what there's like some sort of ceremony. Combine that with what I learned in the caves and seeing it in practice now, I know that if I am to fully realize my potential, I can't have attachments such as this place.
I see. So we have become a burden to you.
It's not a burden. It's you. This village isn't a burden. Not in the slightest. But it's a vulnerability to me. And if I remain here, it's only gonna bring about more violence and destruction. And I can't have that. That would weigh too much on me.
So we are your weakness then?
By the sounds of things, it would appear to be that way, yes.
Cider. I have to admit, you're not the first to tell me this, and something tells me you won't be the last. Unfortunately, I don't think, regardless of what you may perceive in your mind, I think what was happening for the past couple of weeks was bound to happen eventually. Follow me. There's something I'd like to show you. And Father Yuki actually begins to walk back to the town hall. His hands kind of clasped behind his back. Kind of looking around, and you see that even though he's tired, he has this sort of unique smile that even to people who don't know him is very warm, very kind, very much a everything's gonna be okay kind of smile. As he walks, he kind of goes, "Do you remember the day we sent you off?"
Yeah, wasn't that well? I guess it was a while ago. Now that I think of it, yeah, I do.
Honestly, it was one of the hardest smiles I ever had to keep. Knowing that I was sending you off, knowing full well there was a chance you could never return. It's a decision that almost every father and mother have had to make in this village, and every time I've had to make it, it has never been easier. Never been something I've enjoyed. And as you enter the town hall, which is unusually dark for the Founders Festival, the father kind of walks around the center table of the meeting area, and he goes, "I have to admit, Cider, I could not have been more proud when you returned. I was so scared of what me and Mother Cruz sent you off to do. I was never sure if I was ever going to see you again, and I cannot tell you how proud I am to see you standing before me, a better man than the one who left, even if you are more conflicted than you were." It's now time that you learn something that no other member of this village knows except for me. And he presses a button, and a door in the center of the town hall begins to creak open. Stone begins to pull against itself. "There's someone I'd like you to meet, and I'm sure he's very anxious to meet you. Follow me."
I do so.
As you begin to walk down a spiraling staircase, which even just kind of looking over, it looks like it goes on forever. You kind of keep walking down step by step by step, Father Yuki not really speaking. Once you reach a certain depth, the spiraling staircase stops, and what lays before you is an entrance to what Cider would only be able to really, really be able to depict is a tomb. Father Yuki places his hand on the entrance to the tomb, and it opens up. It's time for you to meet your predecessor, the one who left before you.
Another one came back?
Not exactly. As he enters the tomb, you see these blue and purple lights begin to sparkle almost beautifully, almost as if they are their own power source. And where you're normally familiar with energy sources kind of being violent or aggressive, there's something very soothing about being in here, and it feels odd, as almost if you've been here before.
Kind of furrowed brow looking around the room.
When I was about your age, the father of my time needed to send someone off to the academy as well. I had particular talents. I was pretty good with the will. My ability to get into trouble could only be matched by your ability to get into trouble, Cider.
Playful smirk.
However, I was not chosen. My brother was. And he takes 2 steps to the side, and you see a tomb. My brother was chosen for all of 2 years. And while we did hear back from him, we never saw him again. 1 second.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
Sorry about that.
Ah, man. Keep up with these things.
He was chosen to fly. He was chosen to leave. I eventually got a letter back talking about all the hypocrisies that happened over at the Force Academy, and that he actually fled. It would be another couple years before I heard another letter. But this time, he had pretty much confirmed that he was dead. This may be his tomb, but there's no body inside. We never saw him again. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't regret that I was the one that didn't go. Not to say that I would have done better than he did, but I do believe that my brother was better for the role of father than I was. In his last letter, he gave me an item. And he told me that I would know what to do with it when the time was right. And for the longest of times, I had no idea what he meant. Because in all honesty, I just looked at it as a source of pain. But now, I know exactly what to do with it. Cider, you are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have been the best chosen in decades, if not centuries. You have this pureness to you, this willingness to see the world for its purest light. It's amazing to watch you interact with people. I cannot be more proud. I only wish you had gotten to meet my brother. Maybe he could have picked up where I failed. If I have one regret throughout the entire time you've been here, Cider, it's that I could not be the teacher that you need. It's that I could not be the person that you needed me to be. And for that, I am truly sorry that I could not be there for you.
So he gets like a bewildered look on his face, and I don't think there's anything you need to apologize for, Father.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be the replacement for Tolkria that you needed. I know you've been struggling with teaching Maud and learning yourself, and I know that Apalox and whatever voices have been teasing you have been pushing you closer to this conflict. I'm just sorry that I can't provide the answer for you. I would do anything if I could take this away, but I can't. Pull out your lightsaber.
I do so.
Ignite the blade.
Activate it.
Tell me, what do you see when you look at the weapon that the Force Academy forced you to build?
Well, if I'm being quite honest, I didn't even build it. They kind of just supplied me with one. Same thing with this armor, aside from the pauldron.
And what do you see in that weapon and that armor?
Well, the armor never really fit all too well, and well, I did my best to kind of make this my own, and I kind of flipped the lightsaber to the reverse grip.
Yes. But the attachment doesn't fit too well, as I can see on there.
I did my best, but this is one of my earlier trials when Maud was teaching me how to.
Maud is a good teacher for you, and you're a good teacher for her. Especially
we help
in the,
each other.
I would agree. Here's what I see. Manufactured progress. Something that, while powerful, is not truly your own. Something that, while is skillful and is superior in almost every regard, it's not you. It will never be you, Cider. That blade belongs to the Force Academy. And you're not going to be able to defeat them with that blade.
I kind of bow my head a little bit and with sadness.
I'll make you a deal. He pulls a box from the sarcophagus. He pushes a few buttons. And the box opens. As you kind of look up, you see a different lightsaber. This one is... It doesn't look anything like the lightsaber of the Force Academy. The Force Academy is very rigid, very structured. This one appears very firm. This one appears to be... The handle is blue, first of all. It is pure blue, and it almost sparkles. It almost looks like it's living. You would hazard a guess that it is living. Like, you can feel something come from it. As long as you hold...
What's going on with this? What's going on with this one?
So long as you hold the blade that the Force Academy gave you, you will always be subservient to them. You will always have to rely on them. My brother built this saber completely on his own. No help from the Force Academy. The saber that they gave him, he broke within 2 days. He built this one completely from himself. The handle is made from a particularly difficult metal to work. Once it's forged and once it's cooled, it is almost unbreakable. Cider, I want you to have this lightsaber. And in exchange, my brother will keep the saber of the Force Academy safe.
Kind of look at him with shock and just, I couldn't, Father.
I can promise you this, Cider. My brother wanted the next chosen to have this. I know this is what he wanted. If you take this, the will is yours, not theirs. The strength is yours, not theirs. My brother will protect the Force Academy lightsaber. We will keep it down here. And you will be born anew. I am asking you, not as the father, not as the leader of the village, but as a brother who dearly knows that his blood would want you to have this.
I slowly reach out and pick up the hilt.
And as you do, you feel a very different power come from the crystal inside, where it's almost every part of the Force Academy saber is manufactured. It is designed. It is perfection. Even though you pick up this handle and it doesn't feel quite right in your hands, it feels almost kind of rigid. You can tell it was designed for someone else, but there's a uniqueness to it. There is a feeling of individuality. There was someone's heart and soul put into the crafting of this saber. As you pick it up, you feel a renewed sense of strength. You feel the crystal in the hilt surge through your arm, giving you untold strength and a willingness to fight again, a willingness to protect again.
I just kind of stand there staring at the hilt for a little bit.
Put the Force Academy saber in the box.
I deactivate the blade and slowly kind of just plop it in.
He closes it, and you feel this sudden lift of pressure come off of you. When the box closes, whatever connection you had to the lightsaber, the crystal that was in there, it feels detached. It feels disconnected. It doesn't feel real anymore, for starters. And as it closes, you feel relief. You feel better.
I just kind of hold my hand to my chest and just, what in the world?
Take a deep breath. You'll do fine.
Kind of lean up against the wall. I think I just felt a knot in my back just dissolve.
The Force Academy is known for its poisons, and he puts the box back into the sarcophagus, and the box recedes back in. You can feel that the light is not nearly as powerful now in the room, almost as if something is draining it slightly. My brother will watch the blade. We will make sure no one, and I mean no one, gets a hold of it.
I don't know how to thank you, Father.
This is no need for thanks, Cider. Indeed, I should be thanking you. My brother gave this blade to me unconscious and told me to give it to who I felt who needed it most. I would know what to do with it when the time came. I now know what that time is. And I could not be more proud of you, Cider. You carry the will of Lothal with you. Do not let anyone change your mind.
I go up to the father and hug him.
It's all right, Cider. There's one last bit of information I must give you before you go. I know you cannot stay here, but your job on Lothal is not yet done. I have to admit, when you told me that you were hearing a voice that sounded like Apalox, but darker, I think you understand why I was distracted at the time, and there was no way I could help you. The voice you heard could possibly belong to an entity so old, thought to be legend, and thought to be myth. In the teachings that both me and Mother know, there are ways to find this knowledge. But even then, it is acknowledged that these are myths, legends. The voice you heard came from something called Master August. It is said that he has lived on Lothal for generations, if not centuries. Where he is or how to find him, I do not know. But if he reached out to Rote, it can only mean that he meant to protect Lothal. I would not tell you to trust this voice, Cider. But if you must find him, if you must find Master August, understand that you will be completely on your own. There's no way that me, the Ravens, or anyone can help you.
I understand.
Good. Now, I believe you have some more goodbyes to say. Let us rejoin the party. And he kind of he goes back to that everything's going to be okay smile, kind of pats you on the shoulder, and begins to walk back up the town hall.
Before he goes off, I ignite the lightsaber in front of him. Like, not to like stop him, but just to like show it off a little bit.
As you do, the lightsaber comes fully on. I don't have the sound effect ready, but the blade is whereas your original saber is blue, where it is, that sort of standard blue.
That deep kind of, yeah.
That deeper blue. This one is a lot lighter. This one is almost a bluish white. I would even go as far as to call it almost teal or frozen. But you can sense a much purer energy come from this lightsaber. It feels better. It feels lighter. It feels correct. I haven't seen that blade color in many years.
Have never seen it. I smile at him.
No, you haven't.
Thank you. Again.
You'll do us all proud, Cider. I know you will.
I deactivate the saber, put it on my belt, and walk out with him.
Okay. I apologize if that ran a little long, guys. We are going to get back to the main story. I'm going to grab dinner really quick, and then we're going to get back to chasing whoever shot Caval.
Sort of.
Oh boy.
We went from good times and good feelings to, oh no, someone's been shot.
Yeah. This is why you don't romance NPCs.
You know what?
You know what? They put their heart on the line.
Yeah.
They do it. We should be proud of them, but by the same token, expect chaos.
Hey, I guess I got to deal with the consequences of my actions at some point.
Yeah. Unfortunately, NPCs are story points.
I really don't want to like break the awesome tension that Geo's crafted, but now I have no lightsaber and I don't have the specs for this new one.
You will get them before combat begins. We'll make
I
sure he
fuck
gets them to you.
yeah, I fucking hope so.
Yeah, as soon as Geo gets back, we will ask for them, and he'll be like, "Hey, can you just whisper Geo the stats on that lightsaber, so that way
Yeah,
he
just
knows
like,
what he's doing."
Because
I think
otherwise,
I think
I'm
I think I have
gonna-
I think I have a basic idea, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am really hoping it's not that bad of a combat because I'm still at 8 fucking wounds.
I hereby dub this saber the Brother Blade.
the brother.
I like
There
it.
you
the
go.
Brother Blade.
You got it.
Yeah.
The Brother
Yeah, the beds
Blade. Boo 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 boo.
No, little less baby and just more like what the
but
Blade?
yeah, the blue blade.
What the fuck's
that's the
going
one.
on?
I was just saying I love the energy that you've made, but then I brought the point to Cedric and Ed of like, now I don't have a lightsaber. I don't have the specs on this new one either.
So I'm going to make it really easy for you. The lightsaber has the exact same stats as your old one,
Okay.
with one caveat.
Okay.
Give me one quick second. Because I want to make sure that I get the wording of this correct.
Can you do it once and then you die?
I'd like to think I'm not that cruel, at least not yet. I mean, I can be cruel, but I don't think I'm that cruel yet. At
Hey,
least-
you shot my girlfriend, damn it.
I know, and
yeah, you did shoot the girlfriend.
you don't even know why that's bad. I'm just gonna point that out.
No, I don't. All I know is that she got shot, and
She's
I'm
dead. She's fucking
trying.
dead.
I'm trying not to like metagame and think about this thing because we're still at the point of Cell just reacting.
No, I get it. Okay,
So it's like-
so, Javen,
Yes.
it has the exact same stats. Breach 1, Sunder, 10 damage, 1 crit, engage range,
Oh, 10
all
damage.
that. 10 damage.
Ooh, an extra damage.
Um, It also comes with a special ability.
Mhm.
Now, the original name of the special ability is called Bastion of Safety. We're going to reword it to Defender of Lothal.
Fender of Lothal.
Once per encounter, before igniting this saber, may make a hard leadership or negotiation check as an incidental to draw fire. On a success, enemy characters must make ranged combat checks targeting the wielder, unless 2 threats or a despair are spent to exclude the character.
What's the difficulty for the check?
3 purple. It's a hard leadership or negotiations check.
Okay.
I can send
draw
you
fire.
I can send the whole thing to you on Discord.
Yes, please do. I will make notes as I go along. I went ahead and just removed the Shein reverse grip as well, just because it wouldn't have that.
Well, you can, yeah. I mean, you can find a way to add that however you wish, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll sort it out. Okay, so right now all I have is the. I assume it has the same kind of crystal, the same crate dragon crystal.
It's not a Crate Dragon crystal. It is a regular Ilium crystal.
Oh, this is a strong Ilum crystal. Fuck.
You're gonna see this if you ever watch the video. Whoever watches the video knows exactly which lightsaber I'm pulling this off of. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, this is basically Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber.
These negotiation check is incidental to draw fire. And to write down incidental. As incidental. Didn't spell that right, but that's fine. On success, enemy characters must make a ranged combat checks targeting the wielder. Unless 2 threats or a despair are spent to exclude the character. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Not a problem. Enjoy Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber.
I shall.
All right. Where were we? Oh, right. Caval got shot. We fast forward back to the sound effect of Caval, the sound effect of something impacting her back and falling right in front of Cell. So as you look at the back, you can tell there's no blood, there's no sort of like grievous wound or something like that. As a matter of fact, as you kind of look back, you see something sticking out of the back of Caval.
Okay. Immediate medical check to see if I can, like, status, like, what would happen if I remove it? What would happen, like, what
It
needs
will
to happen?
it'll be 2 purple and add a black because it is at night. So and add another black because you're not exactly in a medical facility. So like you're not exactly in an ER waiting room.
This is just field medical check.
Yeah, but it's still 2 purple, 2 purple, 2 black because you're also pretty anxious. So
Fair enough.
Gee, someone just got shot. Wouldn't you be anxious?
I would be. It's my job to do
Yep.
something when people get shot, and I'd be anxious as shit.
Yeah.
Come on, you stupid thing. Thank you. Da.
Not bad, not bad at all. Please take 4 strain because obviously.
Mm-hmm.
She's been hit with a dart. And in particular, she's been hit with a saber dart.
Okay.
You have no idea what is in the dart or what it could be. You just know that she's been injected with something.
Fuck. Okay. Immediate reaction is to. Okay, but have I assessed that it's like safe to pull this thing out of her?
Without being able to tell what's in it, and you would know this
Yeah.
based upon your successes. You don't know if it's safe to move her, if it's safe to pull it out. You have no idea until you get her to a proper doctor. You're just kind of guessing here.
Okay. Yeah, immediate reaction would be to, after that, like, after doing the whole, like, hey, come on, wake up, talk to me, Caval.
She isn't moving.
Yeah. Okay. Figured. Road is still out of her back to tank, right?
For the sake of
At the
argument,
end?
yes. Yeah, for the sake of argument, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would immediately try and, like, crazy idea, try and get her to that back to tank. It's the best shot she's got.
So do you pick her up?
I pick her up.
Okay. You pick up Caval. You have no idea if this is better or worse. Where do you go
Don't
with her?
care. to the Hammerhead.
Do you try to tell anybody?
I'm assuming that we're in the middle of the, like, are we? Is it just the two of us?
Yeah, the two of you kind of went off on your own. As far as you know, no, people have heard a shot, people have heard a gunshot, but so far it's just you and her.
Okay, and there's I'm not like running through town just to get from where we are to the Hammerhead.
For the sake of argument, I can say that you're running through town if you want to run into people. I'm just trying to see if you're trying to talk to anybody about the situation before you go off to the Hammerhead.
Nope, just running to the Hammerhead. I'm running straight through with what seems to be a dead body through the village. Not even talking to speak to anyone. Just going to the Hammerhead.
Okay. Tara and Cider, please make a perception check. 2 purple, 1 black, because it is at night. Add another black because it is a party. And add a third black because Giselle's not exactly making it known that she wants to be seen.
I mean, I'm not like hiding. I'm just like running through the village, and I'm like just kind of muttering to Kaval. It's like, come on, stay with me, stay with me. Come on.
All right, well, we'll do it as 2 black. Make 2 purple, 2 black.
Sure thing.
Could I argue vigilance, or would you rather me just use perception?
You can use vigilance if you want.
Okie dokie. Let me erase that.
Tara is
vigilance.
oblivious.
Hey, yeah.
Cider. You see what appears to be Cell, maybe? She seems to be moving really fast, and it kind of looks like she's got something in her arms. Can't quite make it out from where you are.
I direct calm her, and I just go, "Hey, Sale, you all right? Running pretty fast there."
Kaval's been shot. I think she's been poisoned. I'm heading to the Hammerhead. The back tank's the best shot.
I run after. I run after, get on the comms, and let Tara know as well, and Maud.
Mm-hmm. So, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that Maud went back to the Hammerhead as there are a lot of repairs to be done. Maud says that she will have the back to tank ready. Okay. It is a good 50 yards. No. I'll say it's a good mile from. No, that's not right either. It's going to take some time. You're going to need to do an athletics check to see if you can kind of make it there without exhausting yourselves or hurting Kaval in that regard.
Fair enough.
So I'm guessing everybody is running towards the Hammerhead.
Yeah, and as
noticed.
as I catch up, because I imagine Cider's very fast. As I catch up, I'm asking her where did the shot come from? Where were you when it happened? Give me information, please. As I'm looking frantically around.
I don't think I took a moment to assess where the shot came from, but I can tell him where we were at least.
So first, let's have everyone make an athletics check. 2 purple, 1 because it is still at night. Cell, you're going to add another black because you're carrying Kaval. And I'm going to spend a destiny point to upgrade it.
Oh, lovely.
Tara is not running back. She's gonna make her way slowly.
Okay.
She power walks at best.
I have a
Someone's
reason-
dying.
Reason.
So I get 2 black? Is that what you're saying?
So your roll is going to be 1 red, 1 black, and 2 1 red, 1 purple, 2 black.
Okay.
Sorry for the noise. Had to kill a palmetto bug.
So Cell, you stub your
I'll hurt myself before I hurt Kaval.
I'm fully aware of that. if you had rolled a despair, you would have dropped Caval, and it would have made things worse.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say take 1 wound because you push your body way past the limit it should.
Mhm.
And go ahead and take another 2 strain.
Cool.
Okay, you are
Can I-
successfully back on the ship.
Okay, I was gonna say if I could use my triumph to just take Caval and run with her instead.
No, even if you wanted to, I don't think Cell would give her up.
I'm
no.
just saying.
Cell would honestly like recognize that Cider is the bigger, more athletic guy. It's like,
So we'll say it this way. Cell, you do like as you're running, you're not used to manual labor, even in this regard, and your body is just quitting on you. And you see Cider right next to you, and he's kind of motioning to you to like I can take her and I can get there quick.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I would.
Come on.
I would pass her.
Okay.
Now
Cider,
pass me the rock.
Cider, you floor it like you are a speeding bullet down to the hammerhead.
I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and just like shout after. Get it back in the tank. I'm gonna figure out what the hell happened.
I have Caval slung over my shoulder, and with my free hand, I just do a thumbs up and just start like fucking booking it.
Okay. So Maud kind of motions Cider to get her into the back tank, and within about 5 minutes of being on board the Hammerhead, she's back on. She is in the back to tank. So Caval is now in the tank.
Okay. I go back to where we were to figure out what the heck is going on because, like, as he was asking me questions, like, shit, I should have figured this out, and like, I go back to tracking.
So because it is now, we're gonna say it's been about 20 minutes since the shot was fired. Between all the running and getting back, if there was a trail, it's
Well,
pretty cold
see,
by now.
I got skills for this, so
I'm aware. I'm letting you know what the circumstances are.